Monday morning, May 17th, I believe, and I'm still waiting for parts for a bunch of stuff, so I don't want to put the video out before I finish the bike. So and that's on the Yamaha Venture and the XJ900. So I got a couple more of those videos coming out. I'm selling the FLHTC, and that's outside. Guy was supposed to pick it up yesterday, but didn't show up yet, so I don't know, but I'm getting all kinds of offers on it. Hopefully that goes, because I got another one I want to buy. Another bike, another dresser, but I want to get this Norton motor together here today and maybe get it into the frame here. I got all the parts to put that together, so I'd like to get that all bolted up, and that'll clean up a lot of my bench. I get the head off of here, and the cylinders, pistons, and rings, and everything all back in there. I just got to do a couple things to that: pull the oil pump off, inspect it, put it back on, and then pressurize the oil feed to lube the main bearings. But as you can see, my bench here in my garage, again, my bench from one end to the other is just a nightmare. So there's the rest of my garage. So I'd like to get that cleaned up here first. I got parts all over this bench here too. So I gotta get this all cleaned up before I can get going. It just makes it a lot easier for working when you get things cleaned up. This bench over here, it's not working out too good. Well, it's usable, but it's kind of a pain. I gotta actually push this thing back and forth to use this bench. I need more room for the drill press and all my drills. I'm getting all the filings on the table, and the filings are turning magnetic and they're sticking to the drill bits. So I gotta clean that all up. Yeah, stuff like that. Anyways, let me clean this bench up. Ready, clean enough. Still needs to be brushed off a little bit, I guess. But this area is clean. I think the first thing's pull the oil pump off, put this together, and then prime the rods. And then I could put the pistons pins in. I think that's the order. It'd be nice to get it all buttoned up as one, and then I can get rid of all these parts on here on my bench. Get all this all cleaned up as one. It does make it harder to take in and out of the bike though for the mock. Okay. Let me take this off. Okay, let's pull the oil pump off here. It's getting hot out now. It's like 22, 23 degrees. I'm gonna blow some brake cleaner through here to blow this out. It's still pretty gummy old oil in there. Yeah, these ones don't take the knot. This one can interchange maybe. Nah, these ones you can't put a straw in. So, let's get that cleaned out for starters. Loose. Holy mother, they're in Loctited in there. Last one. Okay. Just seeing if there's any Loctite on there. Kind of felt like it. I'll probably put blue Loctite on it. If you put red on it, you never get them out with a flathead. pretty dirty old black oil. A little bit of wear. Still good though. I want to put everything back just the exact way it came out. You probably got to have this nut undone and that gear, because I can't remember it. And I probably should have undone that nut on there before I took it off, because I'm rammy. We lock that up. You know, that nut, like I just turned it in there, I thought I was turning the engine. This nut was actually, it wasn't that tight. We're putting some Loctite on that one. I didn't have to put very much force on that at all. That just came off. Hope I don't have to put a puller on there. I can't remember. It's been several years since I did my other bike, so I just can't remember. I've got a little puller for that, but let me see if I can tap it. Yeah, it's coming. I always look for markings so I know which way it came off, and you can see the hexagon for the nut there, and on the inside there's a 6 or a 9 right there on the gear, and you can see the hexagon for the nut, so you know which way that one came off. There's a little key in there, Woodruff key. Just wonder if that key will flip up if I tap it. It's starting to go up. There it goes. I don't know if I'm not reading the manual. I'm just having a look here. Maybe that gear's, you can see how that gear is splined into that shaft there, so maybe it taps through that way. Find out in a second here. I'm just gentle with it, I can't hurt nothing. You can see it's moving. Just about out. Just gonna look for any markers on it so I know which way it came in, which way it's going out. There we go. I guess I didn't need to take that nut off. This gear, you can see the two little keys are flush with the back, and then on the other side there's nothing. So that one's easy. I'm just looking for wear, that's it. Looking for wear on the inside of this pump here, and then the back surface. Back surface looks perfect. And I think the sides do too. You can see the sides of that pump. It's in real nice shape. Same with the other side. Looks really good. Okay, that goes like that. Surface on this side looks good. Just minimal wear, like hardly any wear at all. Okay, let me get some assembly lube. Oh, I got some new assembly lube. Let's use that stuff. You can't put too much of this stuff on. This gear here's got a bevel on the one side, and I got the bevel on the inside, so when I push the shaft through, it's easier to go through. Makes sense to me. Like that. This gear has a little bit of a bevel on that one side too. Like that. Like that. And those little keys face out. I have those quite in right. Should slip right on there. You pop it out, maybe it came, maybe I gotta turn 180, so it should go in easier than that. Both sides are equal. I think it is a wedge fit in there, looks like it is. Yeah, it's a tapered fit. That has to be kind of like almost pressed in there. But I'll turn it 180. Like that. There we go. That pretty much did it there. Okay, so now this cover back on. As you're tightening these screws up, make sure your oil pumps, you can feel the suction on there when I put my thumb on that. Make sure the oil pump turns freely. You might have to give it a little tap to press that into that gear a little bit more. Now the tricky part, putting that key back in there. Number 6 goes in, or 9. Just like that. Got lucky there. I'm going to put a bit of Loctite on this one too because that came off pretty easy. It's a little bit of blue. Tighten it up in there. When I took that off, there was no gasket on there at all. Zero gasket. Here's the new gasket. I was kind of thinking about that when I took it off. I said, there shouldn't be a gasket in there. Let's get this thing raised up here. Yeah, there's no gasket on there. This is the gasket. It's supposed to be. It goes that way or the other way. Upside down. I believe it goes that way. Like that. I'm just going to soak that gasket in oil and put it on there. I'm not going to put any goop on it. Put a little bit of assembly lube on it and that's it. Must have had a good fit if that oil pump was working. Lucky I took it apart. There you go. That's probably the only good thing about taking it apart. That gasket wasn't there. Here. Like somebody's here. Okay, those 2 bolts, the 2 nuts that hold on the oil pump, the pump is secured by 2 nuts without washers, which must be tightened to a torque setting of 15 foot-pounds on models up to 1972. This motor is a 1971. Do not over tighten the nuts. Maximum. Do not over tighten the nut. Maximum 10 to 12 foot-pounds, or the studs will pull out of the crankcase. 10 to 12 foot-pounds. Here it says 15. The pump is secured by 2 nuts without washers, which must be tightened to. On later models, 10 to 12. Okay. So 15. Got my torque wrench right there. I already snugged them up, so not gonna need much. Okay, and I'll find out what that pinion one is too. Just gonna mix up some, this is assembly lube. This assembly lube has, has with moly and graphite, so I kind of trust that a little more. Oh, I hope I got a little bit in there. There's a glob of that in there. This doesn't say anything about, well, let's see what the back says. Bearings, engine gaskets, timing components, directions. I don't even really, it doesn't say what's in here. Oh, Permatex, Ultra Slick. Don't really see like what this stuff says. So let's get a little bit of moly, graphite, and I'm going to put some 20W 50 oil in there. I can't find my little hand pump oil gun, so I'm going to use this syringe. This is a brand new screwdriver, so it should be pretty good. Okay, put a little bit of that on there. It's hard to get it in there because I got air pressure in there. Gonna have to take the screw out and lose a little bit. Hope I can get it back in there. Oh my word. There we go. I could hear it going in there. I'm not going to put this cover on until I polish it, so I'll put more in when I get ready to put this cover on, but at least that gets that in the rods and everything in there right now. Okay. There's a big cavity inside of those crankshafts, so that'll swing around. I don't have the drain screw in, so there's some of it coming out already from the other stuff. And we put this in there for now, just so it's not leaking everywhere. Just gonna put that in there loose. Okay, let's put the base gasket, or put the pistons on first. You can hear the birds everywhere. Those fit nice. Okay, put that there. So these pistons are directional. The big fly cuts the intake. And the pin goes like that. So that's going to be this one here. Big valves at the back. That goes like that. That goes there. So if I put the clip in here, I can tap it in from that side. Luckily, I found my favorite snap ring pliers. These things are stamped, so you want the round side in, sharp side out. And that's gonna go like that. Try to do it standing up here. Nice snug fit. I'm just going to push that pin in there until it locks that circlip. Which it just did. Just make sure that clip's locked in there all the way around. I always put the two holes at the bottom. It's just the way I was taught. Has to do with gravity and centrifugal force. It's less likely to open at the bottom, I guess. Okay, so let's put this one in. Got lots of oil on there. It just pushes right in. Okay. So this one's gonna go that way. So I'll put the clip on this side here. Stamp side, sharp side out. That one locked right in. There we go there. Get some more clips. My hands are so sticky from that stuff right now. Come on. The sharp side out and the holes down. Just make sure that's in there. Yep. These clips are so much easier to work with than the bent wire ones. Okay, let's double check those. That's locked in good. That one's locked in good. That one's locked in good. That one's locked in good. Okay, we're getting closer. Now, I gotta tell you, these oil rings with these pistons here, these are the JCC pistons and rings. Those oil rings were hard to get located on there. You put the centerpiece in first, then you put the lower ring on, then the top ring on. And the center ring is color coded at the end, red and green. And it says the colors have to just touch. They want to overlap though. Every time you go to put them on, they overlap. And really hard to keep them apart. And it makes it big. Like, I hope it's gonna fit in the cylinder because I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be spring loaded going in there. I'm gonna put some goop on that base gasket. Let me just de-oil it all first. I'm gonna use this stuff here. Loctite 515 gasket eliminator. Just put a thin film of that. Actually, maybe I'll just put a thin film right on this. You know what? Before I go any farther, I gotta get the cylinder ready. cylinder's all washed and cleaned. But I'm going to rinse it out again. But I have to put the tappet blocks back in. So I got to find them. In here. I got these marked. Should have. Doesn't really matter, I don't think, but what does that say there? I'm gonna get these all cleaned up and ready. I had these numbered on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, so putting them back exactly back in where I got them from. I put oil in here already. Oh, that goes that way. Come on. It's kind of good to go in hard. That means I got a good tolerance fit there. It goes like that. Okay, wash these ones off. That's number 3. Okay, a little dab of this. Muck that around. Muck this one around. A little bit of oil on there. I got oil in here already. Like that. Can't shut the camera off. Okay. I remember these things are hard to figure out which way to go unless you got a picture. I can't remember, so I gotta probably have to look that up. So you can sometimes go by the marks. Maybe it goes that way, or does it go that way? I think it goes that way. I think. Just seems to make sense because it's flush on the top. This is one of those screwdrivers. You put the screw in and then you slide this piece here up and it locks the screw in. Peter gave it to me. I think they sell them at Princess Auto or something like that. Or somewhere he got a bunch of them. Okay, so now I'll tighten those up, and then I gotta wire them. Find some wire. I got some stainless steel wire here. This stuff's pretty tough. It won't rust. Really tough to break. So I wound those up with that. Got these back in the same order, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think I'm ready to put her on the pistons. I just hope I can get it over those oil rings. Those things were a pain. I don't like them. Most of the time you just snap those things together like in 2 seconds. I bet you it took me a half hour to get those 2 rings on there. Without that, it kept overlapping all the time. It wanted to overlap. So I'm hoping that's right. Okay, that's next. Here's what I was talking about. This is the end of the oil ring. One side's red, one side's green. And it says, see these 2 colors? Final check of oil rings after rails are installed. Be sure 2 different colors are visible after rings are installed, because they keep wanting to overlap the red and the green. So you got to butt them up there, get those rings on, and it keeps slipping out like it's stupid. And then all 4 of these rings they give me, the remainder rings are identical. There's no top ring, second ring, they're identical. Shows them here. First ring's got that bevel pointing up, all of them, bevel pointing up. So, and they all got the same color code. Oh, this one's got a green. That one's got green on it. These ones all got brown. Now that's bothersome. What the hell? Look at, they got colors on the side here. You gotta be kidding me. Don't tell me I got one wrong ring. I got one wrong ring. Oh, there's a brown on there too, though. This has got the bevel in it, though. It's got like a bevel at the top. That one. I'm just putting the bevels all up. I don't know why that one's got green on it. Just to confuse you. These 3 are all the exact same. This one's got green on it. It also has a little bit of brown right there. It's got brown there too, but why has it got green? And the other ones don't. Oh, I can just faintly see. I can faintly see a little bit of green on those other ones. Okay. I feel better about that. Okay. The chamfer goes up. Chamfer up. These are 40 thou over. I would have liked to have just gone 10. Oh well, more horsepower. like that. Okay, so now exhaust is front, intake's back, so the openings are going to be like this at the back on the intake side. I'll put the top one to the outside, and I'll put the bottom ones pointing in. Top one outside. Gap here, and gap here, about 60 degrees apart. Yeah, like that. And I already mixed up the oil rings here. Could turn it over a little more of that oil ring that way. That should be good. Oh boy, let's try it. Let's try it. Gonna goop this up. A lot of people use that aircraft glue. That stuff's good, the black stuff. Dries hard. That should be good like that. There's one hole here you gotta line up, or two holes on this one. Yeah, I guess you can't screw up on this one. There's the oil hole there. Okay, and put a little oil in the barrels. Wish I had two hands. I guess what I need is to, I think that's how I did the last time. I put two hockey sticks in here. I got a couple of nice pieces of wood outside there. Where's the intake? Over here. Right there. Right there. There and there. Okay. It's gonna be a while before this bike fires up, so. Oh, mother creatures. Put lots of oil in here. Oil in there. This red stuff sticks around longer. Okay. I can wipe off the excess oil, and when I turn it over, it'll scrape a lot of it off. Okay, let's hope this goes easy. Goes there. Inside, outside, over there. Oh boy, let's try this. I really should have a hand doing this. And I really should have chamfered these off better. Let me think about this. With this being board 40 thou over, there was no chamfer left on it, so I degreased it all, took all the oil off it again, and I'm just going over it, chamfering the barrels. Otherwise, I would never get it in there. It was a really sharp edge. So there we go, I'm done that. Now I gotta get all those filings out of there again. Okay, she's good to go. I think I'm gonna need help. Peter was here, he's the best help because he knows exactly, he thinks he's just like I do. Hey, he's not working today either. I could have him come over. I might call him right now. Well, this video was terminated. That's the end of it. Because it's going to take me at least 10 days to get another set of rings from the States. And it broke. I had Peter here helping me. I forgot to push record on the camera. We had the two of us here. And that was the second ring. I was on this side, Peter was here, and we're still trying to squeeze the top rings in, and the barrel slipped a little bit. Now I don't know how it caught the second ring, but it was the second ring that broke. So I'm going down to the computer and order another set of rings, and then I don't know why I didn't do this. Like, I know better. I should have just made a pair of ring compressors out of stainless steel and just crimped them, you know, with a worm gear clamp, or, you know, a sheet of aluminum. I've got lots of aluminum, but Peter's gonna give me some stainless steel thin. We're gonna wrap it, compress it, slide it on. Like, what the hell am I doing trying to squeeze it on with my fingers? I knew it. I knew it for a week. That's why I've been putting this thing off. I knew it. These are cast rings, very, very fragile. And they were so tight to get over the piston to get on. You know, you can just tell. I knew it. I just knew it. I knew it. I've been putting this off for a month, this engine. And mainly because I knew those rings were going to be a pain. But yeah, I'll make a ring compressor. That's what I got to do. So that terminates this video. I'll put it all together and it's done. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to try to get the motor. Once I get this motor together, we're going to put it in that bike there, and I might even see if I can put the points in and get some spark and kick it over. That's it for now.